the English box. Today we have made a video on the IELTS, the International English Language Training System, in conjunction with english-lehre.com, the language academy here in Hannover. We're going to look at the structure of the speaking section, what the examiners are looking for and how they mark the exam, and some example questions from each part of the speaking section. So, in part 1, we have the introduction. The introduction lasts between 4 and 5 minutes, and the examiner will ask you some general questions on topics such as where you are from, your family, home life, your country or city, job, studies, interests and hobbies. Part 2 is the individual long-term turn part. Here you are given a card on a particular topic and you are expected to talk about this topic for between 1 and 2 minutes without interruption. On the card you have normally a breakdown of 3 different points that have to be covered, and you have a minute to prepare. In part 3, you have a two-way discussion, and in this discussion you cover more abstract topics based on the 1 to 2 minute presentation you did in part 2. Here you have to converse with the examiner and listen carefully to what he says and respond and react accordingly. So what do the examiners look for? Well, they mark you on your fluency and coherence. So the fewer the hesitations, the better. They also mark you on your lexical resource. This relates to your vocabulary, so you don't use the same words over and over again. They mark you on your grammatical range and accuracy. So not only accuracy, but your ability to use different tenses and different grammatical forms. And they want to make sure you make few mistakes with these different structures. Also, your pronunciation is important. So your pronunciation does not hinder how easy it is to understand what you say and also what you mean. So let's look at some example questions. At the beginning of the exam we have the introduction, where the candidate is greeted, and we have an example here. Let's talk about what you do in your free time. Do you have any special hobbies or interests? How long have you been interested in climbing, for example, and what do you enjoy about it? So very general questions that you can prepare before the exam. And then we have the next part of the first section, and it says let's move on to your future plans. So perhaps now they'll be analyzing your ability to use different tenses, the future tenses, going to for planned actions, for example. What are you planning to do when the IELTS test is over? So these plans are in the near future. And in the longer term, do you have any long-term plans for work or study? In section 2, you're given a card with the layout as is shown in front of you now. One example here says describe a photo you have taken which is important to you. You should say what the picture shows, when and why you took it, where you keep it, and explain what is special about it. Now, like I said in the introduction to this video, it's very important you cover these 3 points and also the final point, explaining what is special about it. So you have a few minutes to talk and make sure you cover these 3 points. Okay, again, quite a general topic that everyone is capable of talking about, and that general topic is followed up in part 3 by some more abstract questions. Here you're encouraged to talk more in depth and, more importantly, to give your opinions about certain subjects. So the example questions we have here is photography, in your opinion, becoming more or less popular? Would you agree that the camera never lies? And do you think that photography is an art? And then it goes a little bit deeper. News photographers sometimes take photos of people in distress. Do you think this is justified? So here again you have 4 to 5 minutes in which you talk to the examiner and give your opinions. Be careful not to be too direct and try to respond in as natural a way as possible to what the examiner says. Okay, if you would like to see more videos based on grammar and vocabulary and also videos relating to the IELTS exam, then you can check out our website at english.de, or for online classes for the IELTS exam you can go to englishbox.co.uk or englishbox.com. And thank you very much for watching.